Hey everyone, Piano Man Chuck here. Now if you've been following my channel since 2011, you'll know that the Nord Stage 2 was my all-time favorite piano at the time from 2011 to 2014. I even went so far as to bill it as the Rolls-Royce of stage pianos. That Nord Stage 2 was really something. Now, the Nord Stage 2, it's not a cheap instrument by any means. It's very expensive. And it had phenomenal piano samples. Now, I'm talking to you about this Nord Stage 2 as a pianist and purely from a pianist perspective. As a pianist, the samples that it had built in at the time that I bought it in 2011, they had the Lady D, which was their sampled version of the Steinway D. They had the Bosendorfer Imperial 290, which they did a phenomenal job with. And a couple of years after I bought that, because of Nord's policy, where as they release new piano samples or whatever samples of whatever instrument, you could download those and put it into your Nord Stage 2 for free. So they came up with the Fazioli piano sample, which was their sweetest sample piano that they ever offered. And I loved that Fazioli piano. It was one of the best implementations of a Fazioli I have ever played. And of all the pianos that use a Fattar action, which I'm not really crazy about, Nord actually takes that Fattar action that they use in their Nord Stage 2 and other pianos, and they actually tweak it and make it their own in their factory. So it's really nothing like a Fattar, it's a modified Fattar. And they did a great job with that. I have heard people that come into my studio that have a Yamaha Concert Grand at home, and they have said it feels just like my Yamaha. So it's a great action, but it's still a Fattar action, even though it's modified. And I sold that Nord Stage 2 back in 2014, around October. So 4 months ago as of this video. And I really missed it because those piano samples, that Fazioli, the Bosendorfer, the Steinway, they were to die for. They were so good. I used it in my studio to record professional studio music. And boy, did I miss that. But in the 4 months since I sold that, my go-to piano has been this Kawai MP11. And what it has built in is the Kawai EX Concert Grand piano, which is great. It sounds great. I love it. But more importantly, the action on this piano is better than the action on a lot of acoustic grand pianos that I have ever played. And I have played acoustic grand pianos since I was 5 years old. The action on this is to die for. And it doesn't matter what the sounds are like because the action is so good. I can use this action to control other sound sources. So if I have a Nord Stage 2, and when I had the Nord Stage 2 and I used this to control the Nord Stage 2 with, it was like being in heaven. I controlled that Fazioli, I controlled that Bosendorfer, and I controlled that Steinway. Boy, it felt like I'm sitting here at a real acoustic concert grand piano. And what better company than Kawai to do that? Because of all the piano manufacturers that make digital pianos, there's only 2 of them that make digital pianos as well as real acoustic concert grand pianos. And those companies are Kawai and Yamaha. And they both do a great job at it, but you wind up paying for that kind of action, especially with Yamaha. Now, with Kawai, since they're not as big as Yamaha, you get a lot more bang for your buck. Now, you have the longest key sticks in the industry with this grand feel action that they use in the Kawai MP11. It's balanced on a fulcrum. It's wooden keys. It's got escapement. It's triple sensor technology. If you were to play this and I were to blindfold you, you would swear you're sitting at a real concert grand piano. In fact, it feels better than a lot of concert grand pianos that I have sat at. And Yamaha, yeah, they've got the same kind of great action in their, say, their Avant Grand series, but you're going to pay a lot more money for that. So you got a real good deal happening over here. So using this as a controller, even though it's got the Kawai EX Concert Grand built into this, which is great by itself, and I love it, and the virtual technician that they have built into here can make me modify that sound to anything I want it to sound like. It is the perfect stage piano for me as a performing pianist, but more importantly, this control lets me control other great pianos. Whether I'm controlling a Nord Stage 2 or I have it hooked up to my computer to control Piano Tech or VI Labs Ravenscroft or Garriton's Yamaha CFX, this is the perfect thing. So, do I miss selling the Nord Stage 2? Not at all. Not since I have this Kawai grand feel action that they offer in this MP11. Not at all. So, even though Nord, even though they have failed to come up with a replacement for the Nord Stage 2, and they actually managed to raise the price at the same time that they didn't come up with a replacement for this, as a pianist, I cannot think of a better piano controller than this Kawai MP11. Yeah, they have the Kawai VPC-1 out too, which has their RM3 second revision of their wooden keystick piano and all that stuff, and it's great, and it's better than a lot of concert grands out here, but the MP11 is so much better. I really don't regret selling the Nord Stage 2, and the whole reason is because of this Kawai MP11 and the action it offers. I really, really love this action, and I wouldn't choose anything else. I would choose this again, sight unseen, based on the action. Piano Man Chuck, peace out. Thanks for watching.